You keep telling yourself you have imposter syndrome. What if I told you you were being misdiagnosed? We're trying to fix a confidence problem when actually we need to look at a few other pieces. Get your pen and paper. Here we go with the secret sauce. Number one, it starts with the busy trap. You are hoarding certification and degrees because you feel like you need more experience. I'm here to tell you, you don't need more experience. You need execution. And not just any type of execution, you actually need a strategy. Then it goes from the busy trap to the identity crisis. You feel like because you don't know everything as of day one in your new role, that you are a fraud. And essentially, you've confused being a beginner with being a failure. You are not a failure. You are a beginning. You've just grown into a new slot and you don't realize. And then last but not least, you gaslight yourself into staying in environments where you essentially are inside the bottle and can't read the ingredients. You need someone to show you a mirror. Once I show you that mirror, you will recognize that your environment, toxic as it may be, is too small and too restrictive. And you're stating it's imposter syndrome, but you have to admit to yourself it is time to leave because you've outgrown the space. Now, there's a psychology behind why do we do this, and I'll tell you, the number one reason we do it is because we are scared of our own growth. It is easier to say I am a fraud than to face my own power, because if I face my own power, that means that I expect more of myself and others will expect more of me, which means I need to have a strategy. And if I have a strategy that pulls me out of my comfort zone, and if I am out of my comfort zone, I am completely terrified of my leadership. What you're doing is protecting yourself and misdiagnosing your growth as imposter syndrome. You're giving yourself a reason to stay small, to stay restrictive, to stay in the box and shrink back. You don't want the visibility, you don't want the strategy, and you are terrified of leveling up your career as it pertains to your leadership trajectory. As a leadership coach, here is your secret sauce. Stop going based on feelings. I want us to look at data. I want us to look at trends. I want us to look at facts. Boom. Every compliment, every successful project, every time you're in a meeting and you speak up, that goes in your wins log, because at that point you are winning and you're not shrinking back and you're not being restrictive in your leadership. When that imposter voice starts to argue with you, you don't argue. You simply show the receipts of the wins that you've just had within the last week, 30 days, 6 months. And then once you have that, you're on to something. There's no more gaslighting. As a leadership coach, I help you hone in on your leadership identity and your executive presence. I help you to go from a worker bee to an executive. I help you to go from a task rabbit to a confident leader who is no longer listening to the imposter syndrome voice. We begin to align your actions with your new level of growth. If you're ready to start leading with conviction, go right here to DanieSheldon.net for the one-on-one or the February 21st, 2026 masterclass.